What really happened on the 12th of August 1908? Come with me and let's find out. That's when Ford produced its first Model T. But although the car was hugely successful, it let Ford down when he needed it most. Henry Ford and my great-grandfather Dearborn Delaney were in love with a girl called Piquette Avenue, the daughter of Cooper Oldfield, America's fastest bicyclist, and she said she could never look at a man who wasn't as fast as her dear old daddy. So Delaney and Ford got to work. Delaney came up with the idea using 4 wheels instead of 2 to make the vehicle twice as fast. Ford lost the brakes for the wheels entirely, so you couldn't slow down even if you wanted to. And it went on like that. As the big day approached, the two geniuses worked on their mad contraptions. You see, on his bicycle, Piquette's daddy had already beaten 999 steam trains in direct races, and Piquette wanted one of the boys to beat her daddy before he bet 1,000. Freud probably would have had something to say about that, only Ford didn't really approve of Freud. Anyway, on the big day, Delaney rolled up to the tracks in a thing he was calling a car, which was German for couch aufreder, because it had a lovely big comfy couch for reading books on long journeys. But the real innovation was the wheels. 4 of them, and they were massive big Zeppelin yokes full of helium and stuff. Because the couch was heavy, so he needed something to give it a bit more lift. Then Ford turned up in his mad yoke, a scrawny looking thing that might have been designed by a child and a couple of hungry engineers. But it had a 2-speed, 3-speed transmission, a hand crank, and the latest trembling coils. And then Piquette's daddy appeared, riding a boring old bicycle. He tipped his hat to them, and then the train, the mighty interchangeable to Highland Park, whistled past them and the boys were off. Well, Detroit to Scotland is a long old journey, and Piquette's daddy led the pack the whole way to the coast, where he took a big gulp of air, then disappeared underwater. Delaney was grand because his big tyres meant he could just float over the top, and he got to Scotland in 3 days. Behind him, Ford's stupid thing kept tipping over from side to side and letting in water. But Delaney was in trouble in Scotland because the people all thought his big wheels were actually haggises, and they tried hunting him. And when a spear pierced one of the tyres, Delaney only escaped by the skin of his teeth, while the vehicle shot up into the air, never to be seen again. Ford arrived the next day, and he let Delaney into the car. But it didn't matter. Piquette's daddy had won again. He was already at Highland Park, waiting to greet Piquette when she got off the train. When he saw the two boys now, he tipped his hat to them. Piquette wouldn't even look. Well, after that, Delaney gave up cars and women. Ford just gave up the women, and he never married. Nor did Piquette, though she did go on to become the world's first person to get a divorce when she went to court to get a divorce from her daddy. Freud probably would have had something to say about that too, only he didn't really approve of women. Anyway, that's nothing compared to what happened to my other great-great-grandfather. Make sure you follow or subscribe, or whatever they call it these days, so you don't miss that story.